Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Donna here, and we're back again today for another wreath. It's actually going to be the last patriotic wreath of the season for me. Actually going to be doing something fallish, I think, next. But today I'm going to be doing a patriotic wreath. But this is a wreath that I won't necessarily take down after the 4th of July because it has a particular theme. And the theme is the United States Navy. Both my son and husband are Navy veterans, and so he's loves to have things that represent his time in the service. And my son was in for 12 years, so it's quite a history there with the Navy. So I have that for the sign for the middle of the wreath. I'm going to be using a red work wreath, and I know there's not a whole lot of red with the Navy, it's blue and gold, but the sign does have the flag eagle in the middle, and I do have some ribbons that are flags and some ribbons that are just beige. This is a 1.5 that's beige with sort of a navy stripe. And then, of course, the one with the anchors, which is appropriate for the U.S. Navy. So we're going to try those colors today. It's going to be a Poof style wreath. The main wreath will be Poof style, and then I'm going to be using gold 12-inch ruffles along with the ribbons to go around it. And of course the sign in the middle. So I'm going to just put you down on the table and we're going to get started with this patriotic wreath. See you in a bit. Okay, here we are. Now this wreath form came from craftoutlet.com, and I don't know if you can see, I think you can. It has quite a bit of dimension to it, so it should make for a really dimensional wreath, haha. Okay, so I'm going to just start, as I always do, with the poof method. Just taking the tape off the mesh. And getting the tape off of me. Alright, I'm going to just drop this down on the floor because it will get in the way. And I'm going to start by just gathering. And I'm going to attach it just before one of these ties, okay? Now I have taken all the ties on the bottom and spread them out a little bit so they'll be ready. But I'm going to attach it just before one. Now I'll just push it through to the back. And attach it with a zip tie. Okay. Now, okay, I'm going to just, down here, turn my mesh around the other way. Okay, I was twisted. Now, when I start this, if you remember when we did the bubble method, we took the mesh and we measured 10 inches. I'll go 12 to 22. Okay, and when we did the bubble method, we came right back to where we started. Well, with this method, you're not. Your same thing, you're going to measure the 10 inches and just take it to the next tie. just going to give it one good one. I'm going to measure 10 inches and take it to the next tie. And I just like to puff it out as I go along. Inches to the next tie. Now you don't have to measure. If you feel that you can make your loops the same without measuring, go for it. Lots of times I don't measure, but and actually we'll continue around like this. These ties, even on one of these work wreaths, are not totally equal distance apart. So it really doesn't impact it very much. Now this mesh is Hobby Lobby, so you will see that it's not very thick. But I'm thinking with the other things we're going to put on it, it's going to be okay. I thought I'd get down here and work in the morning. Might not be quite as warm, but it's getting there. Next weekend, not Memorial Day weekend. We had Mother's Day weekend. It's supposed to be 99 here. Oh my word. I'm not ready for 99. I'm almost back to the beginning. But see, there's quite a space between the last one and this one. But I think when they're all on, it's really not going to show a lot of difference. Now I'm where I started. So what I'm going to do is go right up to the one up top tightly and just go in it tightly. Okay? And begin again. That is longer. I got me attached. I will put this outside for now because of the holidays coming up. And then we'll probably find some place to hang it inside. I want to make one of those flower wreaths. I mentioned it the last time we got together that I had never done one, and I would like to do one for fall, but the problem is the same problem that we ran into last year this time of year. Everybody is out of stock of everything. So, and I don't, buy wholesale. For one, I can't afford that. Two, I don't have the room to store that. And I don't really need that because I don't, as a rule, sell these wreaths unless somebody special orders one. And of course, then I buy the product to make it. So, consequently, I have to do the retail bit, which sometimes doesn't work well. Now I'm back to where I started, and I'm just going to open this one up and put this in there. Oh, wait a minute, wrong way. There we go. So, let's see what I have here. I'm going to just do a few more because it's kind of thin mesh. So what I'm going to do is kind of do some crisscrosses. I'm up here on the top now. I'm going to go down here on the bottom. Open it up. And add this one. Still making 10-inch sections. Now I'll go up here and open it up. And put it in. I'm going to come down to the bottom. So you're actually getting like 3 rows of mesh. You want to be careful that it doesn't get pulled so tightly that it's squishing the other. See how much fuller that is now? We don't want to squish the bubble below it, the poof below it. Bubble on the brain here. Going down. And this is doing a fine job now of hiding the frame because this mesh is not too heavy. Going up. Well, there we go. And I'm going to go down here. And I think I'll do one more. If I can figure out which way I twisted them in the first place, I'll be all set. And most of you are much too young, I would imagine, to remember the ship that my husband served on. But he was on the USS Lake Champlain, which I'm not sure if it was the first. I think it was what they call a straight, or the first or the last, I don't know, a straight deck carrier. I'm pushing this through. And I'm just going to get another zip tie. Well, and there you go. Okay, let's move on to the ruffles and the ribbon. I'm going to put a gold in every one And I'm going to put, and I'm just making, yeah, you can see me. I'm making ruffles. The mesh was cut 12 inches. And we'll put a flag in this one. I'm going to put the flags in every other, not in every one. And let's start down here. And give it a few good twists. Okay, had a little battery issue. We're back online again now. But I did continue to go around the outside, so I have that done. I'm going to move to the inside. A couple of things I have found. One, I do not like this Hobby Lobby mesh. It's Fray City is what it is. And the puffs are so puffy that I'm not opening them up to get down to the bottom, because if I do, my ribbons are lost in the bottom of the wreath. So we're leaving them as is and just putting them on top. Okay. Or you can hear my air conditioner going in the background. But I did remember to shut off the fan this time before I turned the camera back on. You have to have it on occasionally because it's very warm down here. It's not insulated. There's one right here. And of course some of these, I'm sure, are going to be interrupted with the sign. I'm really trying to get the gold to show up as much as possible. The bottom it was kind of difficult because the puffs were so deep, but it's showing up better now up at the top. I think I could have made the mesh a little longer. I don't know what I was thinking. I know what I was thinking. I was thinking I needed 28 pieces, and I couldn't get 15-inch pieces, 28 of them, but I don't need 28. I needed 18. So I could have made them 15 inches, and it would have given me a bigger ruffle. But I think this is going to work out fine. The gold is really beginning to show up now that you're up on the upper level. My husband is out playing golf, and I just saw him go by. We live on the 15th tee, so I'm thinking that I may have this done, and I can put it on the door and see if he notices it when he comes home from golf. I have so many wreaths around everywhere that I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't notice it. Right now I have one of those bubble wreaths that we made on the door. And it's red, white, and blue, so we may not notice the difference, although the sign ought to be quite apparent when it gets here. When we get it on. I think I have 2 more. Maybe 3. Oh, I think 2. I tell you, the dimensional wreath frame really makes a statement. It brings it up quite high. Now either I skipped one somewhere, or I miscounted, because I have 1 set left after this one. So the ribbons and the mesh are cut at 12 inches. And of course I used the 21-inch mesh. This is a 14-inch work wreath frame. No, 15-inch, I'm sorry. When Craft Outlet, they're 15. I think I'm all the way around. It's really kind of hard to see here, but I'll give you a good view when we get it out. Now this sign has a hole here and a hole here, so that's, I think it's very light, even though it's metal. So I think that's going to be more than enough. Get some wire. I'm cutting a goodly piece of it because I'm not sure how much it'll take me to get down through this bubble, this poof. But it's poofy. First I'm going to give it a couple of twists on the back of the sign. And then we'll bring it down. I'm just wrapping it around the frame in the back. Well, must have knocked the other piece on the floor. Now I'm just going to go around and straighten out some of these ribbons. And there you go. That is I'm going to put you up and see if I can back up. That is one big wreath. Came out great. I think what I'll do is I'll put it on the door and then be back with you, and you can see what it looks like when it's where it's going. I'll be right back. Well, here it is on the door. And the wreath doesn't have legs, those are mine. It's a very bold statement. Looks absolutely great. I'll bring you in. A little close-up. I think you'll recognize it, don't you? And I'll pan over here slowly, and you can see this is the one I did have on the door. We made that the other day. And this is one I made last year. That's one made out of clothespins. And I have got to put a topper on this lantern, which I will probably share with you once I get my battery fully charged again. So that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed afternoon. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed, and if you're new here, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Share this video if you liked it and give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. I love you all, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.